All right, let's see here. Middle there. Looks like we got sound to the OBS. We got no desktop. Oh, I can hear myself. Don't want that. Let's go get this chat. Oh, I need to disable YouTube chat too. Let's do this. Okay. Run preview. Okay, we got the chats up. Get the stream going. So, hello everybody, my name is Tim, and I go by Foam Guy on GitHub and Discord. Working on CircuitPython stuff today. Today I think I'm picking up on something I worked on last week. I think I did a little bit extra that I never did stream or show off, so but we do still have a little bit to go to wrap it up, which is with the display backlight frequency setting for the PWM inside the course. Like, there was a default setting, but some devices needed a different setting. I think it's going to be this branch, if I recall right. What do we want this? Okay, really I want to check out the local one. So I guess this is remotes. C. Grover, good morning. How's it going? So I think I started this basically script to find and replace all of the different initializations of built-in displays, because we ended up adding this as an argument to the display constructor, basically, that gets called internally inside the core. And because it's a new argument, it needs to be set every time that constructor gets called, which is essentially going to be every device with a built-in display. So I started this script to kind of like go find all those instances and add the new argument to them with the default value. And I think I just got to the very beginning of this on the stream. I don't remember how much of it I did afterwards, the next time I sat down and worked on it. But basically, we now have it finding the right line, replacing it with the right thing, and it's actually doing a couple of different variations of it, because there are, different boards had different values for the previous last argument. Some of them had false, some of them had true, some of them had different comments as well. So this has a few variations now where it's find replacing and adding the frequency. I think it's not hitting all of them though, if I recall correctly. So we'll run this. The other thing I did have it do is I had it spit out the results inside of folder in here, I think. Edited something or edited boards. Yeah, this is it. I had it spit the results out into here so we can actually see what it's going to do to it. So each one, like this one, that used to be the previously final argument, and now we have this one. I think there are still a few that it's not. Yeah, there's a few that it's not catching, so we need to find out what's going on in those that's making it different. So Funhouse we can look at next. Oh, interesting. Funhouse, but it... Oh, it did... No, excuse me, it does say fixed. Didn't find Feather ESP32 TFT. think this one's probably because it's like got a big amount of space in between here. And of course we could always go through and just manually fix up the last ones. Let's kind of see how many there are. So Titano, we definitely don't, it doesn't matter if the script works on it because we're going to change the value anyway. So that one is a didn't find, but we also, it doesn't really count for the purposes of this because we're always going to do it manually anyway because that's the first one we started with. We got one here, we got four here. So we got 5 total. That is not bad. Yeah, I'll just fix 5. I'll just fix 5 rather than adding, you know, I think the difference here is this amount of space, and I could add a find replace for it and it probably would catch that one. But I suspect they're not going to all be the same thing. Could look at another one, hex key. What's this one got going on? Yeah, I think again, just this one's now also got a bunch of space, but a slightly different amount of space. Maybe 11 characters. Nope, that does say 11 characters. Okay, maybe I'll add find replace for this one and see how many it gets. Maybe that's all of them. So we can basically make another one of these. We put the part we're replacing here, which is this. Actually gonna put it here as well. Then a new line, and then is that gonna work out right? Yeah, it should. Okay. Although another interesting thing about this one is it has false on the line before this. Is also how this is. We actually would not end up, well, we would need a comma here and we would not end up having this. And then I guess we should really have the same amount of space. So, I mean, like, this one is one where it normally would make sense to just do it by hand, probably, because this is kind of a real wonky formatting for sure. And it was definitely, well, it's only going to replace it if it was false. Okay, let's give it a try. Oh, we might have got them all. Here's Titano. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was the last one then. Last permutation. So now we can, right now it's putting them into this folder because I didn't want to overwrite the actual file until everything was actually working correctly. So it basically made, you know, new copies of each board C and saved them inside of here. We don't necessarily need any of these anymore. We could spot check some of them. Really though, instead of spot checking these files, what I'm going to do is wait till we do edit the real files, because then my commit thing will show me the differences, and that will make it much more clear in each one what's going on, and if we made the correct change more specifically. So we can just get rid of this folder, and we can, let's see. File name. I think we don't really need a new file name. I mean, we did this way because we are creating a brand new file that didn't exist before. But what we're really going to be doing is just saving back over the file we opened initially, which is board file path. But for writing, we're going to write to it edited board content. What? I'll leave this stuff here for now because it may be eventually helpful to go back and have the, you know, the different files again. I don't know what this, I don't think we need these. I guess print the new file name seems helpful maybe, but I guess initially I didn't put them inside the folder, seems like. I don't think we need these though. So do we need anything else before we run it? We're on the right branch. I'm curious, it said we had commits that we didn't push yet? Maybe we never did push the argument one? Actually have a browser window open yet. Let's go here. Yeah. Okay, I never did push the arguments commit, so the last one here is the one before that, which is just the first one, 500 hertz. Oops. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. I think it makes sense to push it all at once anyway, so. Like, the commits to make the new argument, but also the commits to change the board files. Otherwise, there will be a point where all those devices will fail to initialize the display and crash. I think we saw what it did. I don't remember exactly how it crashed, but trying to think through if there's anything else we want to do before we run it on the real files. Maybe we should go like test run first, maybe. Let's do go ahead and print file path so we see what file we're going to open and write to. We already saw basically the edited board, so yeah, let's just make sure file path is going to be right. I think it should, where they're coming from. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh. Is it... Let's find one of them, monster mask. Yeah, shows changes there. One's even a weird one because it has two displays. pretty good to me. Yeah. So inside here, we have a boatload of these. Oh, they are tough to see. Gotta scroll this thing out huge. Or I mean, I guess there's a scroll bar I could like. Does this do shift or does? Scroll's very slow, kind of. I don't know what this is about. I don't think we're gonna want to push that whenever we go to push. I don't know why I would have a difference there. Maybe I need to run fetch submodules again. Or merge main? Hope these, I mean, it looks like it's just opening the same tab every time, which is kind of nice. I was gonna say, I hope it's not opening a new tab instance every time I open a new one of these. Can you just go down enter? No. Well, maybe if it's like this. Oh, it changes with just arrow, actually. That's nice. Wow, that's way easier. Yeah, this one's a little weird to me. I kind of like the closing parenthesis. I think makes sense here more in my brain, but won't change it if these whole, looks like most everything is done that way in this file. What is this? This is a feather. Okay, so it's pretty much a newer one too. Oh, interesting. What is this? Someone's commented out. No SPRAM? No PS RAM? Huh, that's nice. It didn't mess up the comment. And if it ever gets uncommented, it should still work. But yeah, I think even though it's commented, I think we should go ahead and change this. I don't know what it's for. No PS RAM? Is that a different variant of the feather or something? Oh hey, sorry, they're on Twitch. Let me catch up here a bit. Noob when it comes to coding, but I'm looking for a simple image scraper. Quick Google image, found this one on GitHub. Is it suitable for get mass images? I don't necessarily have a lot of experience with that, I don't think. Not sure what you mean either, get mass images. I'll take a quick peek. Image downloader. Image down. Beautiful Soup. I mean, Beautiful Soup is definitely good at parsing HTML. And then, I mean, it looks like the download is just requests or something. What's, yeah, you just use requests and then write it out to a file, it looks like. I mean, that would be as good as anything I'm aware of, certainly. I guess kind of it's going to depend on the source of your images. Like, you'll probably get rate limited or not have access to them after a while, potentially. Oh. Oh, wait. S3 or S2? ESP32S2. TFT back. No PS RAM. I don't know. TFT back. Well, I do think we want to change it. Oh. Oh, we found a true one. What is this? Macropad. That must be the little screen that's on the macropad. It says SH1107. Okay, we made it. All of those seem reasonable to me. Let's... So it's unclear to me right now if my pre-commit is installed. But I did get whatever, my formatter updated. So I think I can just run all, pre-commit run all. Yeah, it doesn't find all those Python files anymore. Nice. Okay, let's build the Titano. Let's build a couple of these, right? I have a couple of devices with built-in displays. We should be able to build them. You know, one I don't recall seeing, though, which I do happen to have here, is ecosystem? Pi boards. Ecosystem. Oh yeah, we did. Okay. Just never saw it come by. The name of it specifically. Obviously, we just looked at all the changes, but so let's build the Titano. Let's build a couple of boards. Let's also double check that that Titano still has 5. We go with 500. It was 500. Yeah. Was 500 and it does still have it. Let's build that and then I'll build a couple others here and we'll just make sure we didn't break anything. We don't have, like, this script is in the project right now, but it's not checked in. It won't be part of the commit, and I'll eventually actually move it back. I actually had a different folder for that. I'll throw it in a repo probably. Display argument sweep. Read all those. Okay. Let's plug in the titanium. Trying a different different camera. Same like setup, same app, same type of thing, but different phone. Straight. Oh, that's getting worse. Okay. YouTube? I'm still listening? Still here? No idea where the YouTube tab is. There we go. Actually, you know what? Let's find a different. Nice. Good morning, King or North. How's it going? So let's go bootloader. That over. Without PS RAM. Oh, nice. Thank you. Oh, let me use the browser. I'm trying to keep the camera in its own window and then use this for other stuff. Oh, I see. So it's like not. Okay. It's like if you wanted to build your own. Okay, so this is probably the thing. This is probably this module, right? Quite the exact same, I will say, though, because the shape of the metal cover is a little bit different. This one say room? No, mini. I see. Oh, it's also not, this one doesn't have the castellated edges. Doesn't want to focus because it's a little closer than the actual focus is. Whereas this one has these little castellations on the sides here. This one must be soldered on the bottom. Looks like the same kind of thing though. But you would, like, if you were going to use this, you need to add something. You need to put it on something, probably. I mean, for it to be practical, I guess. Put it on a larger board. That one has PS RAM. Oh, okay. Has extra RAM inside of it. So you need, like, and no PS RAM? 4 meg flash and no PS RAM, 4 meg flash. So this one doesn't, this one on the Feather S2, it has PS RAM is internal to the main chip. Hmm. 240 megahertz on there. Whew. I don't know about Arduino IDE. I would say we're beyond the beginnings of the CircuitPython port, though. I mean, ESP32S2 I feel like is pretty stable. I mean, maybe this is like its own thing. Yes, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not comparable to the other devices. I've used a couple S2 devices and never had any trouble with them though, like MagTag and the Feather TFT. Feather TFT is quickly becoming my like go-to. Just grab a device to test something, I think, because it's the Feather form factor is super convenient. Being able to plug it to the breadboard, having the stemma port, and also having the display built in is a lot of things that are real nice to have generally. So this did boot. Everything went fine. I'll check the brightness again with our little brightness tester just to make sure it's actually working as expected. This is the one that makes tones too. Okay, so 0 we didn't see anything, but 0.1 we did. I do hear the tone playing. I don't hear the ambient noise from here, but I'm like, I don't know, probably 2.5, 3 feet away from it. And also the speaker's on the back and facing into a beanbag, so back around to 0, 0.1. So yeah, we're definitely good here, because remember all the brightnesses from basically 0 up to, I think 0.4, but I don't remember if it was inclusive. So maybe 0.5 was the first one that worked, but maybe 0.4 was the first one that worked. All the ones below that, though, it was just dark all the way. Didn't see anything. And now we have definite different levels for 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 6, 7. One, 0. Yeah, I think we're good here. I'm gonna erase that so it doesn't keep playing the tones. So let's see. I have those three. I have a Pico system. I do have a Feather TFT, and I have a PyGamer. Let's build those three and make sure stuff works fine. So PyGamer is inside AtMouseMD. Maybe we should build MacroPad too, actually, which I do have my MacroPad here as well. Because MacroPad was the one that had it to true on that one last argument, the previous final argument. SH1107 mode or whatever it said. Addressing, I think. I love the designs on the MacroPad board. I don't see the bottom of it very much, but it's such a neat thing on the bottom of it there. Well, I guess you get to choose too, right? I put mine on this one. I wish one of these days I'll swap it though. Oh, it's not going to zoom in anywhere, or it's not going to be the other side is like a space thing, if I recall right. So yeah, we'll build that one as well. Okay, we got our PyGamer build. Let's undo the PyPortal. Little cat hair fuzzies off of there. USB micro. Power. Bootloader. Might as well just rewrite it. PyBadge was the most audio noise prone of all I tested. The PyBadge had the lowest bleed through. I have a edge badge, but not a standard PyBadge. Does the mag tag? The mag tag probably initializes its display in a different way, right? We touched the mag tags file, so we should probably test that one since it's like definitely a different kind of a thing. See if we can get to ESP. And I guess it won't be calling display.io initialize display. It won't be calling the same thing. It'll be calling this one ePaper display construct. Okay, so yeah, we didn't touch that one, which it's also, yeah, it's unchanged here too, so. Okay. Gamer, so we have our little slider puzzle. But of course, this, booting up and showing the display means everything that we did went fine. I guess we could test the brightness still here, but this one should be behaving the same. Maybe I'll just pop in REPL and change the brightness a little bit. Won't necessarily do brightness on all of them, I don't think, but we can do at least one here that's the same, because this value is the same as what it should have been. The only reason there could ever be a difference is if we messed up setting it, with the argument. So far, it's looking like that has not happened. Oh, we didn't import board display. Actually, we can just go board.display. Brightness equals. Yeah. And the PyGamer, let's see. I will say the audio noise is no longer going to be an issue on any of those because all of those are going back to the 50,000. That's what. So having the new argument here allows us to basically have the Titano by itself with 500. And every other board is actually back on its previous default, which is that 50,000. So yeah, we should have... The only one with an audio impact should be the Titano. And in that case, we're trading the slight audio impact for the ability to use the lower half of the brightness. But every other device should stay the exact same as it is on the current build. So this seems fine to me. Don't see any issues here. We'll do the macro pad. I don't know if the macro pad supports brightness. I don't actually know what's on this either. Maybe a timestamping thing? Early version of the timestamping program? Not sure. No, mouse thing. Something. A? Volume? Think it's gonna move my mouse? Oh, it is, look at that. That's fun. No idea what I made. This must have just been like somebody on Discord wanted help with this. I have no real recollection of doing this, or I guess maybe it's a built-in demo. Yeah, it looks like it is. This is describing all of it. Huh. No idea what I use that for. I don't think we need to keep it though, especially if it is a built-in demo somewhere. Actually, I guess we don't really need to. We can just keep CircuitPy. We'll just use the REPL the same way, honestly. Yeah, let's do that. Where's reset on this one? Is it the reset? Is it double click on this one, or is it one where it's the boot button? I think the if I recall right, the encoder is the boot button. No, double click did it. Okay. Oh, we're gonna need to be in a different port. CD up Raspberry. Raspberry? Yeah. OS boards. All right. No backlight. Okay. That's one brightness. It's not multicolored either, I think, right? It's just pixels on are whitish, grayish, brighter than off. Dang, 26 seconds? Did I have a build previously? I wonder. That's so fast. Macro. I don't know what this one's called. Oh, it was RP. Yeah. I think all of them are that. RPi, RP2. All of the RP2040s, I think, have that name. Okay, so this came back fine. It is blinky on this. Honestly, though, that's a camera thing because it doesn't do that to the eye. Must be the frequency of this display refreshing is very, very close, or interacting with the refresh rate of the camera. Because yeah, that's just not doing that to the naked eye. It's solid. Interesting. The light's kind of brutal on this one, huh? It's kind of zoomed in too far anyway, but that's alright. Let's just pop out to REPL the same way we did the last one. Get fancy with it and give it a for loop, maybe. Oh, well, right, no, this one doesn't have the brightness. So yeah, the fact that we got the display up and running is basically means everything is fine. Does beg the question though, if it doesn't have the, what does it do if you set the brightness even though it doesn't support it? Is it must be initializing a PWM pin for it, I assume, because that's inside display. Maybe it's just 0 and 1 are the only ones that work. Oh no, I think it worked. Did it work? Yeah, it works. Nice. It's OLED. Each pixel has brightness. Oh, I gotcha. Somehow it's like, it still treats it kind of as the display brightness. But yeah, I guess so. It's basically like it can draw. That's so crazy, the blinkiness, because it's like not doing that at all. Basically just like each pixel can be sort of grayish or whitish. It kind of has a range there of gray to white, it seems like, maybe. Does 0 turn off? No, 0 does get pretty dim, but is it different than this? I'd have to look straight at it. Let's see. No, I don't think that changed. I think 0 and 1 are the same. It's interesting because on the other display, 0 is off. Whoops. Okay. So we do seem okay there. No, it didn't fail to initialize or doesn't seem to be doing anything too crazy when we do tweak the brightness. We'll do this. This is ESP32 S2, which we haven't tested on any of the other devices yet. Oh, I didn't run export or whatever. I didn't run the ESP IDF thing. Probably gonna fail. Honestly, it looks like it's making a new ESP IDF, or at least some subset of it. Maybe I'll need to do install again too. OLED controller on the display does the PWM for you. Nice, based on an SPI register value. Everbleed. Jeez. What's that about? Is that like a Heartbleed patch or something? I don't remember which thing Heartbleed was, truthfully, though. I don't know if it'd even be relevant for this. Yeah, sure is. Mitigation, I guess. Maybe not patch, but... H2O. Interesting. Yeah. Not find compiler or something. So is it? I think is it inside ESP IDF we run it? Yeah. We'll just do both. 692C objects. A lot of C objects. Or maybe it's not, I don't know. Not that many. Boy, it definitely does take its time compared to some of the other ports, huh? Oh. Just gotta talk down on it for a minute there, and we'll finish up. See? Just tell it to give a little shoe along. 1 minute 12. Go bootloader. One has boot, but I think reset works on this one, right? Yeah. Those are some tiny buttons. What's printing emojis? I think I was trying to see what it prints on the screen, and in the REPL as well, the other day. What I would have been fetching from 8080 server, where I would have got this from. I don't think we need to keep really any of it. I guess it's the same thing though. We can always just use the REPL like we did on the others. We'll go a little fancier though. Let's go 4i in range 10? No, we want 11? 11, because I want 0 through 10. Yeah. I don't know. I push tab and now we have weirdness. I don't really know where it's at. Oh. Okay. Seem to go all right. I think that's a good mix. I do have a Pico system here, which is another RP2040. I mean, I guess that's a fine thing to test too, because it's got the non-SSH display, or SSH 1107. It's different than the MacroPad. We will give it a try as well. I think that was the name for it, but I do not know. Does it fail if you give it a bogus board for clean? Okay, got it. I think this has a switch for a power button. Yeah. How does it go to bootloader though? Bootloader must be like hold A or B and reboot at the same time. I'm thinking. Got the circles on there right now. I think this page will tell me. You know, on this page, this box should get focused by default when the page loads so that you could just start typing. Holding down the X button. I think this paragraph should be on this page. Yeah. Like I maybe write before features or maybe inside the about section. X button while we turn it on. So turn it off, hold the X button, turn it on. It should get us bootloader. I don't think it has a fancy display picture for it, but there we go. Okay. Ew. I think we could just put some brightness changing inside here. I keep it separate. It's different than bubbles. Good. Okay. Yep. It's good. We ran pre-commit, we unchecked this. All right, branch. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna just double check that's the actual branch from the PR too. Yeah. Okay. While that's going for a minute, let's I do kind of want to put that bootloader on the CircuitPython.org page. That's definitely a bit of a rabbit hole because it's not really what I was working on at all, but I do think it should be there, and I know for a fact if I put it there now, I'll reference it again in the future. So I'm sure somebody else will probably also reference it. Let's go to main. Go pull. 6 commits. Oh, sorry. Well, I guess well, let me double check that this uses main and not, like some things use GH pages for the branch. No, okay, it's got main. So we pulled main, we want to make a new one. And here. So I think I'm thinking either after this paragraph before features, or I guess at the bottom of the current about. I think I like up here better because it's more likely that you'll see it sooner if you're downloading this and looking for how to load it. Yeah. I think that's what I like best. But we can always see who reviews it, and if they like it somewhere else, we can move it around. But and then let's test it, which hopefully, nope, that's not, none of that's very useful. Nope. Okay, so we'll go to README. I forgot the command. I think it's like Jekyll serve bundle something. I don't actually know the command. But you know where to find it. This. Bundle exec Jekyll serve, of course. I don't know what port it does either. Maybe it's going to take the port from the camera, which... Oh, well, it's on a different thing, though, right? That wouldn't matter. There we go, 4,000. Yep. Yeah, I like that. Does this, I don't know if this does it have pre-commit or? Look like it. Silent or anything? Does it have it? Maybe does it even have actions? Must have some actions. I don't know. Don't see any kind of like pre-commit or pilot or anything. I guess, I mean, it's not, I don't know how much Python is there. I don't think there's much Python in it. Okay, Pico system bootloader note push. You know what might be fun? We could make a pull request from here, I think. Maybe not. Maybe not. Do pull request. Plus. Repository. Oh, possible to tell. Oh. Had one song in the playlist that was way quieter, and I turned it up. And then it finished and it went back to much louder songs. I mean, I'm guessing this must have found the right one. Oh no, because this is in all of them though. Alright, well, let's not do it this way. I don't know what it's like, if it's gonna pick my remote or what it's gonna do. Honestly, it's tough to beat the old, this thing at the top here, right like that. Boom, done. Already set all this stuff, no problem. I guess I should have kept that page up so I could screenshot it. Hopefully this builds faster. I think it does. I think it like caches, so it shouldn't have to actually build all the pages again, but instead just start serving them, I think, hopefully. So I don't know, it seems like it's doing something. Nothing more than nothing. I wonder. Let's push this one first and make the PR, but I'm gonna see if I can make that thing focus also. I also think that is a good Relatively minor but super useful tweak. I do think this one will be trickier though, because I have no idea. We'll have to find like basically the template for this page. Download. Okay, actually that wasn't too hard. What is the name of this? ID search. Good name. I don't know if we have jQuery. Seems like it. This like re-up itself automatically, or? Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. Ooh. No. That's gonna like infinite loop probably, honestly, because it's gonna rebuild itself based on this changing, which is probably gonna cause that to change again. Yikes. I wonder, well, I don't know. I'm not super familiar with Jekyll. I wonder if there's like a Jekyll ignore. There's a git ignore. Big YAML. Weird. Okay, well, let's see if it worked. I'm just gonna go back home. Downloads. Did not work. Some cookies are misusing the recommended same site. Uh-oh. Bad cookies. Isn't it? Maybe I got this wrong. I thought this was how you could focus. Undefined. But I don't think it returns anything. Doesn't seem to have worked though. Maybe it's... maybe it does not actually have... But it would have an error if it didn't have jQuery. I do recall before, like, maybe it was Firefox. Their console, I think, maybe provides something sort of like jQuery with lookups, but maybe it's not available to the actual page. Just see if we got the actual code right for jQuery, and then We'll try vanilla JavaScript focus. That's callback, but here we go. Yeah. That should be how it is, but it's not working. Okay. JS focus and input. Element.focus. So we can use query selector and then focus. Or get element by ID, I guess, too. I like query selector better. Of course, I don't know either. Like, the console is a different thing that has focus. Let me actually pop this out. Because then, can this have focus while this... No, I guess it doesn't. Well, let's see. Document.query selector search. Oh, hey, that's nice. Focus. Undefined. Okay, it looked like it had focus, but me clicking took it away. So let's try that on the actual page. All right, we gotta wait for it to go again. That's terrible that it basically it's gonna rebuild twice, like every time it rebuilds, I think, because it did this one and then something in the XML changed. Then it thought that was like a reason to rebuild again. Yep. Oh, that was interesting. That was focused before the page was fully loaded. Maybe that's what that... Oh, but that was back on the other page. So we need don't do it until the page is done loading. Oh, sounds promising. Exclude. Okay, so it does have an exclude actually already. Whoa. I don't know if we change config, do we need to rerun this? Oh no. S3 TFT. A few arguments. Is that new from main? Yeah, that's here. Is that like that? There's not a product for that, is there? Yeah, there's feathers, but no TFT. We just accidentally have our own top secret segment here. Looks like, I guess, probably sometime there's going to be an S3 TFT. But sometime soon, I guess, because it got added to main since the last time I created this branch, rather. Since the time that I did create the branch, I'll build it. I don't know, I don't have, obviously I don't have the device, but... $794 on this one. Finally finished as well. No, still didn't work. See if it doesn't do the idea one this time, hopefully. Race. Who's gonna finish first? Oh, there we go. Okay, so that one succeeded now. Don't want this. I don't know why. I don't think we do. I think all 3 of these commits were 29 minutes ago. Interesting. I mean, the front end shows that. I guess it doesn't really think that because it definitely has a timestamp for the commit, but it's not working. It still does it. Sadness. Documentation theme? Maybe this is a different thing. I mean, we did already have the exclude list, though. That sounds promising. Oh. Well, see, I don't think it's putting it in the generated site, though. I mean, maybe it is. Oh, I don't know where the generated site goes, I guess. Oh, site, okay. I mean, this is not getting idea in it for workspaces. Workspace? It's singular. But it's like rebuilding it because it's seeing that file change. Ooh, the directory. I mean, I'd be happy to do that because it doesn't really need a Doesn't really need to watch anything in that directory. Or any of the rest of these directories. Some of these don't exist. Like this says license, but there is no license file. It's called that at least. Big. Of course. I don't know if any of these are directories. Oh, it's not getting called. It's never printed the thing. Hmm. Feather in here. Feather. Did we test anything else? I think that's right. PyPortal, Titano, Pico System, Gamer, Feather. Yeah, that's what we tested. Oh, and MacroPad. Alright, so we'll see if there's any others that I missed that might be new or whatever. Yeah, let's download. So this one did it twice for the same file because I changed it again and resaved it, but it hasn't done an idea yet, so that's nice. No, it's not running. What is this? Quite the page. Doesn't even have our other script in it. Maybe I should just put this inside of here. Content loaded. I'm gonna do it twice again because I saved twice, but and I don't know if I load it while it's still building the second one, if it's gonna like, I don't know what state it'll be in, so I'll just let it finish the second one and then do it. It is nice it's not doing ID anymore though. I wonder if we'll want this in the config. I don't know if anybody else uses this. I mean, it's especially weird because this is not even a Python project. I could use WebStorm nowadays though, right? I don't know if this counts as a JavaScript project. What is Jekyll actually made with? I think it's a Node.js thing. At least I think that's how it's serving. What? Still not there. Um, there's scroll bar. Yeah, it's just not there. Where did this come from? Localhost assets, JavaScript download.js. Hmm. So it like rebuilds, but it's not taking the latest ones. Oh. Oh no, I've been putting this in the wrong file, haven't I? There's a downloads and a download. Yeah. Yeah, it's download. Whereas downloads is back here. That'll do it. That will do it. Okay. So that's going to regenerate a bunch of times because I just made a bunch of changes. Or at least twice, I guess. I don't know if it stacks up one for each change. Hopefully it cancels the interim ones if you make more than one change. Running, focusing. Of course, this is in front, so I don't think it's necessarily an accurate test. Oh, and in fact, actually, as soon as I close that, this is already here. So I think we did it. Yeah. Yeah. Make sure to update the right file. It will help out. We don't really need this. We don't really need this. It's pretty cool. Like that feather wing with all those tiny LEDs. Kind of smashed together with a clue sort of thing. Microbit. These things are cool too. These PCB designs. Are these still available? Out of stock. They have like different ones or anything? Nope. Only one. Nice. Downloads, search, we want to autofocus that, Adafruit main, no Shrek. I'll leave the config change too. See if anybody says to remove it. Oh, we do need a new line at the end of this. Exclude, it says, I think. Exclude. Switch input on the downloads page to get automatically focused when the page loads. Immediate. Boy, that went off the rails, huh? Immediately. I guess probably it doesn't have jQuery because this is using query selector also right beside here. Okay, no more of these have failed yet, so we'll have to wait and see when it's finished with all of them. But I think we're going to wrap it up here. So thanks, C. Grover. Oh, King or North. I missed this a while ago, actually. You mentioned this, so I would have been here for the start, but I was soldering some pins on items. Nice. Got the old Adafruit delivery ferry. It's definitely a fun time. Anyway, thanks for hanging out a bit. Hope you folks have a good day, good weekend, all of that. I'll catch you all next time.